uh, doing their service on behalf of my leaders. Hare Krishna. So now let's start this Srimad Bhagavatam short class. Before that, a short kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna. So, today we are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 18th chapter, shloka number 30. So, let us read the verse first. Satu Brahmarshe Ramshe Gatasu Uragam Risham Vinirgacham Dhanushkotya Nidaya Puramagataha. Synonyms we'll just see. Saha, the king, too, however, Brahma Rishehe of Brahmana sage, Amshe on the shoulder, Gata Asum, lifeless, Uragam, snake, Rusha in anger, Vinirgachan while leaving Dhanushkotya with the front of the bow, Nidhaya by placing it, Puram, palace, Agataha returned. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. While leaving, the king, being so insulted, picked up a lifeless snake with his bow and angrily placed it on the shoulder of the sage. Then he returned to his palace. Purport. We can just read it. The king thus treated the sage tit for tat, although he was never accustomed to such silly actions. By the will of the Lord, the king, while going away, found a dead snake in front of him, and he thought that the sage who had coldly received him thus might be coldly rewarded by being offered a garland of dead snake. In the ordinary course of dealing, this was not very unnatural, but in case of Parikshit Maharaj dealing with the Brahmana sage, this was certainly unprecedented. It so happened by the will of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Krim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hari Om Tat. Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Let's start this one. So, the translation, we'll just read it again. While leaving, the king, being so insulted, picked up a lifeless snake with his bow and angrily placed it on the shoulder of the sage. Then he returned to his palace. So here, the previous story was like this. The King Maharaj Parikshit was very much thirsty. So in that thirst, he just went into one of the ashrams in the forest. Then he found this sage. Actually, this Shamik Rishi, who we call him. So Shamik Rishi was in great meditation. He was in samadhi, so he could not actually hear what Parikshit Maharaj was asking, and hence he could not offer his hospitality to dear Parikshit Maharaj. So Parikshit Maharaj felt he was insulted by the rishi, and then for that insult, he wanted to retaliate, and he just picked up a dead snake which was found in front of the rishi and placed it on shoulder of that rishi. So this was not to be expected by Parikshit Maharaj. This might be natural for general common people, but Parikshit Maharaj was a great devotee, you know. So he was such a great devotee that, of course, even general devotees do not try to retaliate, you know. But here, Parikshit Maharaj is very great devotee. He was protected by Swayam Krishna in his womb. Even when he was not born, he could see Krishna. So that much pure devotee he is, and here this happens. It cannot. It is not at all to be expected by such king, and that too. There is some things like Brahmanas, children, women, old people. They are not to be punished for uh, any crimes because they are having some space. You know, they cannot be punished, especially Brahmanas, children, women. So all these and old people, they have to be protected in the sense. So here, that too to a Brahmana, Parikshit Maharaj had done this thing. So the thing to understand here is, it is not by any other causes. It's only by the will of Supreme Lord. So Supreme Lord has arranged such kind of situation for Parikshit Maharaj for, of course, the betterment of the whole world. Because of Parikshit Maharaj's this act is directly linked with the appearance of Srimad Bhagavatam in this dark age of Kali Yuga. So, because of Srimad Bhagavatam only, everybody, even low class, low born, everybody, they are all able to get delivered. So, it's only because of this great literature, spotless literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. So, yeah, like this, Krishna shows his mercy in a very different way to different people. Sometimes he shows mercy by giving someone everything, like Amrish Maharaj, even Sudama. Sudama just got everything, right? Amrish Maharaj got the whole world to rule. Like that, Krishna gives his mercy sometimes in this way, and sometimes what happens, Krishna takes away everything for the same giving mercy. He just takes away everything uh, out of a special mercy, he says in Srimad Bhagavatam. So yeah, that happens to very few people who are very great devotees, because Krishna knows that if if neophyte devotees are blessed with such blessing, then they just leave the bhakti itself. So he does not take that risk of doing this, but yeah, for great devotees, he does this because they have complete faith in Krishna, that whatever Krishna does is for the betterment of whole world, and of course the same person also. Like yeah, for example, what happens is, here Parikshit Maharaj just gives up everything, right, in order to he does not try to retaliate the curse. After this, the Brahmana's son, the Rishi's son, he just gives a curse to Parikshit Maharaj that he would die in 7 days because of biting of a snake, Daksha. And Parikshit Maharaj was such a great devotee that he could actually take away that curse. He could retaliate that curse, but he was repenting that, oh, this action was not good. So he was repenting, and thus he accepted it as supreme will of the Lord. So that's why, look here, Parikshit Maharaj left everything, whatever he had, the whole world he had actually, after being begotten it from Pandavas. So he was having all the world, but still he left everything and went to the Ganges and started hearing about what needs to be done at the time of death. So then Shukamuni came, then the Bhagavatam narration started. And this beautiful son of Srimad Bhagavatam arose in the horizon. So, yeah, like this. Uh, Krishna's mercy is different for different people. There is also a sage, I think so, his name is Tukaram. So, yeah, here Tukaram wanted to preach in this material world. He was so interested in preaching that he wanted to deliver every people in this world, and of course people were also responding to his preaching, you know. People were really happy to listen to the listen to what Tukaram was saying. So but Supreme Lord got little what upset because Tukaram is still being in material world. Krishna wants everybody back to spiritual world, and for that he does so many things. Here Parikshit Maharaj actually, in the first canto, first in first few chapters, the rishis, the Shaunaka Rishi and others, they asked Suta Goswami that Maharaj Parikshit was such a great pious king, and he was having so much responsibilities that he was actually stopping Kali Yuga from entering, right? He was like a big wall against Kali Yuga. He could not enter. So, and also, so many people were depending upon him because he's the king and he's a pious king. Still, why Parikshit Maharaj had to leave the body? Hmm? Although he had so many responsibilities, why he had to leave the body? So, the answer is here that Supreme Lord wanted it. So, the Supreme Lord wanted Parikshit back as soon as possible, and he wanted to give this Shrimad Bhagavatam to the whole world. So, like that, Tukaram was also there in material world for so long, and Krishna wanted him back. So, what he did is, Krishna can do everything, right? So, the people who were so much interested to listen to Tukaram's preaching, now they were not at all interested to listen. They stopped coming to Tukaram to hear about the Supreme Lord. And Tukaram got frustrated. What's happening? Why is it? Why I'm not able to preach anymore? Why people are not being interested anymore? Then, actually, before that, so many instances, Krishna himself came and asked Tukaram, "Come back. I'm missing you. Come back." And Tukaram was saying, "No, no. Still, there are so many people who are to be converted into bhaktas. I could not come," he was saying. And Krishna did this magic. And now Tukaram wanted to go back to Krishna. So he said, "Oh Krishna, nobody are listening to me. Kindly take me back. I don't want to stay in this horrible material world at all." So then he went back. So like this, Krishna is interested not in not only in preaching, just preaching. He is also interested in getting back all those jivas. Now Krishna has different plan for different people. Sometimes if a person is so much attached to being on like spotlight, so if he's so much attached to what we say, getting so many rewards, remarks from people like that, so Krishna, what he does in the last moment of his life, he gives that person so much defame that now he'll not at all be interested in going in front of people. So like that, Krishna will see, okay, what is he interested more in? That thing will be cut down during the end of his life. So one Mataji, this is a real story. In ISKCON, so one Mataji, she was so much interested in eating prasadam. Okay, now, so she would like to have so many different type of prasadam. So at the end of her life, what happened is she could not even have a little bit of food. Also, she was not interested even to have a little bit of food. So not drink, no food, like that. She was only interested in uh, Krishna Bhakti. She was only interested in remembering Krishna at that time, at that point of time. So, like that, due to her disease, of course, she could not eat anything. So, like that, Krishna sees what exactly is blocking his path from getting to me, and that thing he'll just take it out of the devotee. So, like that, Srila Prabhupada also says there are no obstacles. If you follow what the instructions I have given, I will kick those obstacles out of your way. So, like that, Krishna's devotees are also merciful. Krishna is also very merciful. So, they will help us to go back home, back to Godhead, provided we are having that sincere request and that wish to go back to Krishna. That thing is required. We need to really want that we need to get back to Krishna. And that is important also because this world is not so good. It's not suitable for gentle people, right? Gentlemen. So, there are so many things in this world. So, even a little bit of karma, what we do, will bind us to a lot more years. A small karma, a small like we have heard about this story, right? That Dhritarashtra, before 100 janmas, 100 births, what he did was he was a hunter, and he by miss hit a bird nest, and in that there were eggs, right? The bird's eggs, and the eggs fell down, and the bird was really sad, and because of that it had given a curse that may your 100 sons get dead in front of you. So this curse took around 100 years, 100 janmas to manifest. Why? Look, because of that one karma, he had to take 100 births. Why? Because to get that what we say punya, to get that uh, piousness of getting 100 sons, he needed 100 more janmas. Look, just for hitting that small bird's nest, he had to take 100 more birds in order to accumulate the piousness to get 100 kids. Then he had to get this curse that 100 kids will die. Look how complex this karma is, and that's why this is not a place to live. Actually, smallest mistake will cause great loss here. So that's why it's better to go back to Krishna. In Krishna Loka, there is no such dangers. This material world is padam padam yat vipadam. Each and every step there is danger, and in spiritual world, there is absolutely free. So much safe, in spiritual world. So Krishna wants everybody back to spiritual world. We have our dear Guru Maharaj's instance, right? So when Mataji wanted to take away the socks, then the personal servants of Guru Maharaj stopped her. She did not wanted to say it openly. She just said for herself that, oh my God, I would have next birth if I could get a boy body of a man, I could serve Guru Maharaj. Then Guru Maharaj stopped her immediately. No, don't take another birth. You want to do seva? It's okay. You take my leg, remove the socks. Don't take another birth. Like that. Even, so that's what their mood is. They want to get us back to Krishna. Because another birth here is very dangerous. And Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj also had such kind of pastime. Like Srila Guru Maharaj said to Prabhupada one day that I want to serve you eternally, birth after birth, Srila Prabhupada, because you are so merciful. You have given us such a gift. I want to serve you birth after birth. And Srila Prabhupada stopped with your Guru Maharaj there. Said that, why do you want me to take birth again and again? Just go back to spiritual world. Why do you want your spiritual master to get birth again and again? So like that, their mood is in this way. And when how much ever time we are here in this material world, our thing is to preach, preach, preach. How much ever possible to get all the jivas interested in Krishna Bhakti, start Krishna consciousness. That is up to when Krishna wants us to be here. And then at the end of the life, that is the main goal we are thinking of, that is to remember Krishna at the end of the life. So, like this. Then there is also a thing which could be discussed in this verse is uh, the tolerance of a devotee. So, a devotee is so much tolerant, like here, Shramika Rishi. So, after when he opens his eyes, he could see that there is a dead snake and just he casually threw it away. So that is the tolerance level of a devotee. He does not care anything because he has a higher purpose in life. If he starts thinking about the smaller problems, what about the problem of birth and death, repeated birth and death? What about the problem of getting the reactions for this smallest sins which we commit in the daily life? Mm. So that thing is there in the devotee's mind, and you know there are two sticks, and if a bigger stick, which is the bigger one, if we say, like, yeah, one instance, if you draw two lines, if you want to make a line smaller, just make the other line bigger, right? Then the other line gets smaller. Like that, if we have a bigger problem in life, the smaller problems get solved easily. That is what we are doing actually in Krishna consciousness. Like, we are focusing on the biggest problems of life, which is birth and death. The thing is, people don't think it is a problem, but if they understand that this is the problem, then they don't really think much about other things. Like some instances of devotees, like during the end of their life, when they think the end is coming, at that time they start asking forgiveness from all the Vaishnavas. Oh, kindly forgive me for this aparadhi which I have committed. Please forgive me. So all these days they were not able to, seek forgiveness in such, um, in a such, in a, what we say, effective way. They were not able to do that, but during the end of their life they got to know that this is the real problem. And if I have all these aparadas against Vaishnavas, it is really tough to go back to Godhead. So they start seeking with all their hearts forgiveness. So like that, when the biggest problem of life arises, the smaller one will get away. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita. Mm? रसोप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते. Rasvarcham rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. So the bigger one, if we see, the smaller ones they get sidelined by us. So it is true in case of happiness also. It is true in case of distress also. It is also true in case of problems of the life. So yeah, if we see the bigger problems, bigger happiness, bigger tensions, we forget the smaller tensions. Sometimes, like in when we are doing some seva in ISKCON, so there will be so many tensions, right? If a program is to be successful, there are so many hands which are working behind, taking so much risk, so much headache to make those programs successful. And that uh, that tension which we are taking for Krishna, and for the betterment of the society and Srila Prabhupada's pleasure, Gurudev's pleasure, that is highest form of tension. And then comes the tensions which we encounter in our daily lives. like material tensions, whatever it is. Like for kids and students, it will be exams. So those exam tension will get reduced because this is bigger tension to see what's happening, how it's happening in the for Krishna's seva. So like that, taking bigger tensions, taking bigger risk will will the smaller risk and smaller tension will be sidelined. That's how we can progress in Krishna consciousness. So that thing is there. So that's what. So that's why the devotees of the Lord, they will be tolerant because they know the higher truth. They will be tolerant. And there is also a thing like hospitality, which we are giving to the guests. So Atithi we call guests. Atithi means they are not scheduled. We don't know when they come. Who will come also we don't know. Atithi. So Tithi means date. There is no date when they'll come. So they're called Atithi, and they are like God. They are like God. So we have to treat them in the same way. So when a guest appears, so it is at least minimal things should be done according to their capacity. So what minimum is offering a sitting place and giving fresh drinking water. And if the guest is important, then we can also offer garland. That's what is at least three basic things need to be given to the guest. And of course, in ISKCON, it is very much important to properly treat the guests because whenever a new person comes to ISKCON, what we do is we pray for them. May they be blessed with Krishna consciousness, to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. So, yeah, because they are guests of Krishna. Right. So Krishna's guests are to be given so much warm welcome. Right. So they should feel like, yeah, we have to come here again. So it is a duty of each and every person in ISKCON, whether in satsangas or in temple. If they see someone new coming to the temple, it is the duty of everybody in that center. Like not just, oh, they are the head of the this temple, they are the head of this temple, let them only see the guest. No, each and every person should feel that he is responsible to take care of that guest. So that thing here we have to understand. And here I'll just stop. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. And for any mistakes, I seek forgiveness from all you Vaishnavas. And if you find anything useful, it's only because of this blessings of you and our dear Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam to everybody.